Hey everybody, David here, and I am back with another video. Hopefully everybody is doing well, and in today's video, I have 10 summer fragrances that I cannot wait to wear this summer season. Now, since we have 10, I'm going to be going through these fragrances very fast. I don't want to dilly-dally around. I have some samples over here too, got some niche and designer. I had to leave a fragrance out I wanted to touch on before we start the video, which is M. Micheleb's Gin Tonic. Now that one's a very aromatic, fresh scent, and it's green. That gin accord is done nicely in that scent, and that's definitely going to be in my rotation, but I had to leave that one out because I wanted to focus on these 10 over here. Now, these 10 also they're going to work in any situation. If you're going on a date, daytime, going to work, any of that type of jazz, I got a scent for basically any time, I will say. But these are ones that I am looking forward to wearing. So if you see something that interests you, don't forget to sample, try it out for yourself, see how it works with your skin. And remember, don't just blind buy, because sometimes you might not like any scents, and that's, not a good thing. A lot of the fragrances these days are getting up in price, so sample, sample, sample. And if you want to check out more fragrance content like this, reviews or lists, after you get done watching this video, go ahead and check out the rest of my content on the channel. And with all that out of the way, let's hop into this summer fragrance list. First one on this list today, it's one of my holy grail fragrances, always going to be in my summer rotation. It is no other than Carolina Herrera Bad Boy Cobalt. This one is a very different blue fragrance than what's on the market with the rest of the blues. And what I mean by that is, it is a very fruity fragrance, but it's also got some spices, got some freshness, and where it differs is it's got a black truffle that's not off-putting at all, and that black plum in it. It is a juicy black plum, very appealing to the nose, and you can wear this in any situation. But overall, the Carolina Herrera Bad Boy Cobalt, I never get tired of this. This is, when it gets hot outside, it's probably one of my signature scents, I will say. Even though I have a lot of my collection, this is the one I always go back to for some odd reason, but this is the blue fragrance for me, I will say, in that department, with that black plum and that truffle kind of separating it from the rest. Also got some pink pepper and lavender in here, but overall, Carolina Herrera Bad Boy Cobalt, one I cannot wait to wear this season. Next one we're going to be talking about is from the House of Zaharoff, and this one is Coco Loco from Zaharoff, of course, like I mentioned. And this one, man, this one reminds me of a fruit cocktail. So what I mean by that is, if you were sitting at a beach, like a beach bar or anything like that, this would fit perfectly. It reminds me of somebody sitting at that bar, have a coconut with a straw out of there, kind of sipping on it. And this one leads a little bit more floral and creamy as it dries down, but at that start, you're going to get a lot of fruits. It's got some pineapple, got some pear, got some clementine. This one's also in the mid, got some coconuts and bitter orange leaf. And then in the base, you got some tonka and vanilla to give it that sweetness. And overall, in those high heat situations, this one's going to work well with that fruitiness. And then it is fresh as well. And then that creamy and sweetness as it dries down. This one overall is going to get the job done for what you're looking for in the summer. A very nice, fresh, sweet fragrance that, if you enjoy your florals, you're going to really enjoy this one. And that coconut's not sunscreen in this one. It goes into that creamy realm on this Coco Loco. So, can't wait to give this more wears. Next one on the list that we'll be talking about. Now, this one is one I got a sample of, and I smelled it, and I was like, I definitely have to get a bottle of it. And it's from the House of Goldfield and Banks, and it is Bohemian Lime. Man, citrus, fruits, not fruits, excuse me. It's got lime and it's got bergamot, so it does have some fruits in it, don't get me wrong, but it's more fresh, more citrusy and woody. And man, this one's got that finger lime note that I really enjoy. I am noticing I am enjoying finger lime in all the fragrances that have that in it. And this has got some woods in it, that finger lime and that bergamot to give it that citrus, very fresh. I'll be wearing this more in the daytime if I did, or to work. It's kind of a different, not a different take, but a more modern take on the older kind of Italian fresh colognes, if you ever smelled those. But this one's done nicely. Very appealing to that nose. That finger lime, I just enjoy it. I really enjoy it. So Goldfield and Banks Bohemian Lime is the one I went with. I also got a sample of Pacific Rock Moss, but I like this one a little bit better than that one so far. So maybe with more wears it might change, but right now we're going with the Bohemian Lime. Next one, I got a sample of this one. I do have a bottle coming on the way, and it's from Louis Vuitton, and it is Pacific Chill. So this one here is got some apricot in it. It's got some musk that Louis Vuitton's known for. It's also got some orange, got some black currant, and some dates and fig, and it's got one of my other favorite citrus notes, which is citron. And this is a unisex fragrance. With this one, why I bring that up is because it can lean both ways. To my nose, it's right in between. I feel like a guy or a girl can pull this off, but Pacific Chill, this one's kind of in the same realm as Coco Loco as a sense. It gives me those beach vibes with a fruity aspect to it. So like prime example, again, you got like a fruit cocktail. That's what this one reminds me of, but they're done in different ways. They're not in the same family, so don't worry about that. But this has got a unique note of apricot in there. You don't really see that note being used. And the Louis Vuitton fragrances, I'm really wanting to get more into their fresher stuff. So like the California Dream, By the Beach, I really can't wait to get some samples, get my nose to this. But Pacific Chill, first time I sniffed this one, I enjoyed it. It was one of my favorites. And I left Imagination off here because I want to give Pacific Chill some love. And this is the time of year this fragrance shines. And it's a nice green fragrance. I really, really enjoy this one. And hopefully here pretty soon on the channel, I will probably come out with a solo review over this fragrance. That's how much I enjoy it. So Pacific Chill, can't wait to give it more wears during this summertime. Next one here. Now this one is from one of my favorite houses, and it is the House of Bond number 9. And we are talking about the Centerpiece Natural. And the reason why it's called natural, it uses natural ingredients in this fragrance here. And overall, this one's going to give you a vibe of a raspberry lemonade, okay? So this one's a raspberry lemonade with ambroxan and musk in it, and that's what's very prominent in this. And that lemon, it starts off with the more of the lemon. It's got some black currant in here, and it's got some lemon petitgrain. But as it kind of goes a little bit deeper into that fragrance, that lemon and that raspberry is going to mix to a very refreshing raspberry lemonade feel with some musk in the background. And overall, this one in the high heat does wonders, I will say, off my skin, and it lasts for quite a while. So Centerpiece Natural, can't wait to give it more wears. And if you want to smell like raspberry lemonade, hey, that's what you're gonna go with. Next one is another sample I have, and I'm going with Original Santal from the House of Creed. Now, I wanted to also give a shout out to Aventus Cologne. Really enjoy that one. I got both samples at the same time. I know some people say you can't wear this in that high heat, in that summer situation, but I feel like you can. With the Aventus Cologne, it's something that's going to excel in the summer, of course, but I don't know. I'm really feeling Original Santal at the moment. Maybe if you ask me tomorrow, I'll be talking about the Creed Aventus Cologne. But today we're talking about Original Santal. Now this one's sweet, this one's fresh, so that's why I feel like it works in that summertime, because it's got that freshness, and this one's woody. It's got that Creed sandalwood, if you kind of smelled in all their other fragrances. It's kind of like the Louis Vuitton here. They're really known, they got a different type of blend for the musk. This one here has got like a sandalwood that Creed is known for. And overall, it is very appealing to my nose. It's got some juniper berry, rosemary up top, and then lavender, geranium, and sandalwood in the mid with some orange blossom, and then in the base got some musk and cedarwood, and you got that tonka bean to give it that sweetness. And in my opinion, I've kind of heard people say it's overly sweet. When I wore this on a hot day in the late spring, I know it's still spring as I'm recording this video, but I didn't really get any bad reactions wearing this outside, which I was kind of surprised, because I thought it was going to be like too syrupy sweet, because I've heard that people say that, but this worked perfectly off my skin. Can't wait to give it more wears. Original Santal by the House of Creed. Nicely done fragrance. Now, next one we got on the list. This one is, you know, when you talk about summer scents, I have to include one in the rotation, and it is no other than Acqua di Gio Parfum. This is the one I'm going towards right now. It is the fragrance that took over for Perfumo. So this one's still got an incensey feel to it, but it's a little bit more green than that one. Aquatic, fresh, and citrus. This one's got some marine notes, and it's green. And you got some frankincense that's going to give it that incensey feel, the tie to that one that's discontinued. But this is the one I'm really reaching for lately. I will say my favorite is Profundo Lights, but you can't get that. This one's readily available, so that's why I include it. And I am enjoying this very appealing scent. There's a reason why the OG is one of the best men's selling fragrances of all time. And without a summer list, I gotta include some type of Acqua di Gio. And any in the line that's readily available will work for you. You just try it and see what you think. But right now, I'm really rocking with the Acqua di Gio Parfum. It's just got the nice blend of those marine notes and that green aspect to it. So there we go. Let's put these a little closer. Next one I got on here. Now this is from the House of Xerjoff, and it is Manifesto. So I got a sample here, Manifesto right here. I do like the flanker of this one that they have out, Manifesto Gentatorum, I think is how you pronounce it. Sorry if I butchered that. Not very good with names sometimes. But this one is another blue fragrance here. Why all my samples just fall down. Sorry about that. We'll put these up. So, like I was mentioning before, this one is a blue fragrance, but it is done in a very, very appealing way. It's fresh, citrusy. It's a little floral and green. This one's got some rose in it, and that rose does come prominent in the mid of this fragrance. Those citruses off the top are going to always be there, of course. This one's got some musk, and it's got some sandalwood as it dries down. It draws comparisons to Silver Mountain Water, but this is different. This has that utilization of the rose. And in my opinion, this one's less inky than that one. That one's more on the inky side of things, but this one's a very nice niche blue fragrance, I will say. And overall, I get good performance. I get good longevity with this one. And that lavender and rose mix is very good. And in the dry down, it gets a little creamier, so you might have to watch out for that. But overall, this one is going to work perfect in the summer for me. And that citrus with that rose, it's done nicely by the House of Xerjoff. So now next one, I was going back and forth. This is kind of the original DNA of this fragrance. I was going to go with Polo 67, but I am going with YSL myself. Now this one has been a very big fragrance in overall fragrances. This DNA is kind of going all over the place because I was going to include Polo 67, but I wanted to give this one some love. And man, this one keeps growing on me along with the Polo 67 here. And this YSL myself, basically in like 5 months, it has climbed the ranks of men's best-selling fragrance. So this isn't something unique. This isn't something that's going to change anything up. But man, the more and more I'm wearing it, the more addicting it becomes overall. It's got some bergamot, it's got some orange blossom, and then it's got some patchouli in it. Overall, this is a woody, floral, sweet fragrance. And like I said, it's nothing that's going to reinvent the wheel for you all, but it is something that's easy grab and go, very good for a summer date night. It's going to be something that mixes a whole bunch of fragrances into one. It's kind of like you smell it and you're like, hey, I can't put my finger on it, but this smells like this smells like that. But this is done in an addictive sort of way. And that orange blossom is a very creamy and nicely done orange blossom with this fragrance here. And it's a mass appealing scent. They already have a flanker coming out of this, the Le Parfum. And I'm not surprised because it is selling like hotcakes. And this DNA is done nicely and it's very mass appealing. Myself is definitely going to be in my rotation, and overall it's going to do the job for me when I'm not thinking. I'm just want to grab and go and spray something. So last but not least, and this is the same as the Acqua di Gio here, you cannot include a summer list without not including a light blue. So I got my favorite light blue here, light blue forever. I know some people say that grapefruit can smell like BO to them. You know, to people's noses, sometimes a grindy citrus, a grindy grapefruit like in here can smell bad. But this is my favorite. I like this one over the newest one that came out, Summer Vibes, even though that bottle's really nice. I like the cap on this one. I like the color of this one too. And overall, this one, light blue forever, I just keep coming back and back to it. And I really like Italian Love too. They're very similar in the way they do things. But I'm gonna go with the Eau de Parfum concentration of this DNA here. And like I said, it's got some grapefruit, it's got some bergamot, got that violet leaf, and it's got some musk and patchouli. Overall, this is going to be an aquatic, citrus, fresh fragrance. It's got a little sweetness in there too. And on those summer days, it's going to be something that is going to withstand the heat. It's going to give you that longevity. It's going to give you that performance that you're looking for. This one pumps off my skin. I'll be honest. Puts me in a good mood while I wear it. I am glad I don't get that BO smell with this. And, you know, there's some citrus fragrances that happen. Some fresh fragrances that happens. Like I know the Acqua di Gioia, that happened to some people. Or like the Bulgari Aqua Atlantique. I heard people say it smells like eggs. So you do have fragrances from time to time that people, their nose, something in it just doesn't work right. I know that's Light Blue Forever, but this one is my favorite in the line. I'm just very, very mind blown about how good this one is. That grapefruit is done in the way I really enjoy it. So everybody, here is my 10 fragrances that I'm really looking forward to wearing in the summer. Let me know in the comments down below what you all are looking forward to wearing this summer if you're in that season where you're living. And also let me know in the comments down below if you've tried any of these fragrances, or if you have these fragrances, what you think about them. I'm really interested to hear. Now, with all that being said, I will see you all on the next one.